Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Story Nook. Today we are going to be reading more of I'd Rather Have a Cat Than a Harem, reincarnated into the world of an otome game as a cat-loving villainess. It is written by Kozu Kobato, and the artist is Hinano Chano. I'm mostly reading this because this is the one I am enjoying the most at the moment, and last time we finished reading chapter 6. So we're going to change our title page in that top corner right up there. Because I just realized I didn't do it. There we go. There we go. Move that. And thank you all very much for being here. Now that we're here, go ahead, grab your tea, your water, your hot cocoa, whatever it is, and settle on in. Wrap yourself up in your favorite blanket, your favorite hoodie, whatever it is you want to be wrapped in. Over where I'm at, they're talking about a winter storm coming our way for Georgia. The electric company sent out a letter that's just like, they sent the same letter into my email like 4 times, and in it says like, hey, make sure you have enough food and water for 3 days. And I'm just like, is it gonna be that bad? According to my weather app, we're just gonna have like some sleet or something down here. Granted, Georgia will shut down for the weather, especially the snow. We don't handle it well. But thank you all very much for being here. And let's go ahead and read some of this. Intermission, Tigger and Roodle. And that's how they follow the magic power contained in these stones, using them as a kind of guide, the royal caretaker Derek explained to Amy and Isabel in their garden. It had just been decided that the Northland house would be the destination for Roodle's flight test, and Derek was in the middle of teaching the bird the flight path. He gave Amy one of the stones, which was emitting a strange magical power, to hold and smiled at her fondly. Derek had originally been a commoner from the countryside, but one day the royal palace, impressed by his talent in animal husbandry, that is a word I do not hear often. Pardon me while I put that into the internet and be like, what does this word mean? Husbandry. Noun, the care, cultivation, or and breeding of crops and animals. Other is management and conservation of resources. Nice to know. I learned a new word. It is to care and to cultivate the household. I'm just like, husbandry. I know husband. That is the male in the relationship. But if you're good at caring for, like, animals and plants, husbandry, I guess, and making sure your resources are well managed. Nice to know. Had offered him employment. Amy reminded him of his own niece, who was around the same age, living back in his hometown. He also memorizes a person's face and will almost always seek out that person whenever he arrives at a destination. I wanted to ask you to be that person for the Northland house, Lady Amy, because he's the most used to you. Amy nodded, gazing at the stone in her hand, roughly the size of a small rice ball. The stone faintly glowed red. Practically every other magical stone she had seen had been inside a magical tool, and they were usually much smaller and darker in color. When I was a child, hawks usually delivered letters to us, Isabel commented. She had often seen them flying back and forth from the royal capital to her home in the border province. Really, I haven't seen any messenger birds at grandfather's house, Amy said. You probably just missed them. They're still delivering messages to this day. They're much faster than the postal service, you see. Oh, look, there he is. As they stared at the clear blue sky, a solitary black speck ever so silently became larger and larger. They shouted in support and amazement, and Roodle started circling right above Amy and the magical stone in her hands. I can't believe it, he really made it. Having already put the arm cover on her left arm, she held it out. Roodle immediately perched on the landing spot. Amy just managed to keep her legs from buckling under the sudden weight on her arm. Thanks to Tigger and Isabel bracing her feet and shoulders respectfully. Roodle, you didn't lose your way at all. Good job! Seeing Roodle's head bobbing happily, Amy vaguely wondered if he was happy about the compliment or the food as he gobbled up the treats in Derek's hand with relish. Amy took out the scrap of paper from the cylinder on Roodle's leg and saw Marvin's signature in Roodle's departure time. Her mother had been right. Messenger birds were much faster than someone delivering a letter on horseback, even if they rode at full speed. When he had finished eating, Roodle spread his wings and flew to the branch of a nearby tree, landing with a light thud. He would take a short rest before his return flight to the royal palace. The tree Roodle had landed on happened to be Tigger's favorite oak tree. The cat sprinted over to his perceived territory with surprising speed for his size. Wait, Tigger! Amy cried. Shoot, he ran off. I really hope he doesn't pick a fight. It's not like Roodle's a stranger, dear. They've met several times before, Isabel reasoned. I'm sure they'll be fine. See? After the pursuit, Tigger and Roodle were standing some distance apart, on the same branch halfway up the oak tree. Tigger right beside the trunk, and Roodle at the end of the branch. For a while they were motionless, throwing furtive glances at each other. Despite Amy's mounting anxiety, to stand up between the two massive animals was quite an impressive sight. Then, amazingly, Roodle began to inch his way towards Tigger. He would take one step forward, then pause. After a short while, he took another step. Eventually, the two animals were perfectly nestled up next to each other. They seem to get along well, don't they? Derek observed. Halfway through Amy's sigh of relief, there was a sudden movement in the tree. Roodle pecked at Tigger's fluffy front paw with his beak. Tigger's tail switched. Then, as if in retaliation, he took his front paw and bonked Roodle's fluffy stomach. Peck, bonk, peck, bonk, peck. Oh my god, what is that? Amy asked excitedly. What are they doing? Wait, I need a video of this. A camera. Oh, why don't we have one yet? Agonized Isabel. Cat now communicated with almost no eye contact at all. The young noble lady openly anguished over their cuteness. Her face beat red. The lady's mother stamped her foot and cursed the absence of a so-called camera. Watching all the chaos, the royal caretaker was moved by the stark reminder that not all aristocrats were always so demure and stuffy. Yeah, sometimes they're just silly. In other words, it was another peaceful day at the Northland House. And our next chapter is chapter 7, which we will read next time. I just kind of want to try to get in the habit of reading a chapter a day. It would be nice to do so. At the same time, I also work full-time and I'm a part of a couple of other projects. So, yeah. I hope you all have a lovely day. I hope you remember to stay safe, stay healthy. There's a winter storm coming through North America. I'm pretty sure Canada is going to be affected. And that's the news that I'm seeing is like, how's it going to affect Georgia? Because I live in Georgia. But yeah, I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, all that good stuff. Thank you very much to my Patreon and Ko-fi supporters. You guys are awesome. I'm actually thinking I might do I want to figure out how to do it. I'm not sure how exactly to do it at this moment. But, I want to do like a live stream where I just read either Reddit stories or a web novel, and then any donations that come in through like my Ko-fi, that will extend the time of the live stream. I'm just not sure how to set that up or work that, but I think that would be a fun thing to do. I'm just not sure when I would want to do that and how to get that set up, you know, because stuff be stuffing. But yeah, look at this beautiful photo. It's adorable. The art's great. I'm very excited to read the rest of this. Let me know if you guys are. All that good stuff. So yeah, bye bye.